going on, guys? Welcome to the podcast, Strictly Free Game. I'm Sean Waller, also known as Sean Your Realtor, whatever you want to call me. Just make sure you call me. Yo, we're back in Brooklyn. Yo, B, this is like our 5th interview in Brooklyn, bro.
I know, it's crazy.
It's crazy. I think I'm gonna move to Brooklyn. Gene, I think I'm moving to Brooklyn.
Yo, I can help you, man.
Listen, before we get into the interview, make sure you like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, leave some comments, let us know how you feel about the podcast. I know this one's gonna be dope. I got my guy Gene here. Gene, was good.
Everything's great, man.
Everything's
Thank
good?
you for coming down to Brooklyn.
Of course. You didn't have to convince me too much.
Yeah, right?
So give me a little introduction about yourself, bro.
So yeah, man. So basically, I am Gene Alerte. I am in real estate for over 22 years. I'm a father of a 6-year-old. He's actually turning 7, February 4th.
Okay.
And then married 13 years.
Nice.
But serial entrepreneur, man. Serial entrepreneur since 18.
Since 18 years old.
Since 18 years old. I'm 41 now.
Wow. I just said 41. 41 feels good.
41 feels great, man.
Feels good, man.
And the energy's still there. Yeah. People always, I get carded.
Do you?
I still get carded. Yeah, you have the grades. So when I go to a store, when I go to a store, they're like, Gene. They're like, sir, can I get your ID? I'm like, for real? I'm like, all right, cool.
I'll take that.
I'll take it. But you know what? A lot of the younger kids, because of the beards and the long beards, they look older than us.
Older. Yeah, that's a fact.
So sometimes I see some of them and I'm talking to them like about our generation, conversations that we would have.
Yeah.
And they're like, they have no idea what I'm talking about. And I'm like, how old are you? And they're like, oh, 23. I'm like, 23? You look older than me.
Well, listen,
we're
aging in reverse. So
exactly.
We can definitely hold it down like that. Gene, so you've been in the business, 22 years, you said?
Yes, sir.
I still can't believe that. That you've been in the business 22
before
years.
9/11.
That's crazy. Before 9/11?
Yeah.
Wow, okay.
Yeah.
What got you into real estate?
So the real answer, what got me into real estate was I wanted to pay for college.
Okay.
I didn't want a 9-to-5. I had 3 full scholarships to go away for college.
Okay.
Through the program called DECA.
DECA.
And so, because I went to Deer Park.
Oh, yeah.
I grew up in Deer Park, Long Island. Shout out to Deer Park, right? And so I went to Deer Park High School. I took an aptitude test. I was part of a DECA program, which is like a business program.
Okay.
And so I received scholarships for colleges that host that program.
Wow.
But my mom, I'm Haitian. I was born in Haiti, grew up in Brooklyn.
Sapase.
Shout out to all my Haitians too, right? And my mom was like, you're not going away.
She didn't want you to go away.
She didn't want me to go away.
That's a shock. I thought it would have been the
No, man. She was like, yo, you my firstborn son.
No,
I sacrificed a lot. You are not going and bringing home no kid or getting arrested. Because she was like, yo, you love women and money too much. So there's no way I'm letting you go out of state. Yeah. Miami? Nah.
I had a feeling it was
Yeah. It was University of Miami, Boston College, and Johnson & Wales in Florida.
Mama loved knowing what she was doing, bro.
No. So I ended up going to Hofstra University in Hempstead, transferring to Old Westbury. But when I got into real estate, I needed to pay for school. So my uncle was like, look, connect with this banker. His name was Rob Flower. He had a family-owned bank called Dynamic Mortgage Bankers. And so I teamed up with them, worked as a loan officer, worked my way up to like a team leader, branch manager. By like 23, I was vice president. And so, and we were running, and at that time, he had 1 branch. By the time I was done, 9 years later, they had, 18 branches?
Wow.
Yeah, man.
All across Long Island?
All across, New York, Florida, Atlanta, Georgia. So we were, he expanded quick. And he was an FHA lender. He wasn't like a subprime lender. So we didn't get hit the way a lot of people got hit, in the business. And funny enough, I was telling you off mic that I wanted to get my real estate license, right? So while I was working at the bank during lunch one day, I went to Coldwell Banker because I used to be on, where Century 21 is? On Old Country Road? Yeah. So Post Avenue, right? I mean, Old Country Road.
Country Road,
So I was at 1025 Old Country Road, right next to like the Century 21. That big, I think there's that big building on the same side. There's a mortgage bank in there now, like in the front.
Okay.
But it wasn't.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. I do know what you're talking about.
So
Yeah.
Franklin First is whatever it was, whatever it is, it's still there. But so Dynamic used to be in there. So during lunch, I would walk down the block, and across the street there used to be a Century 20, a Coldwell Banker. So I walked in there one day, 18 years old, and said, "Hey, I'm hungry. I'm working down the block, commission only, and I want to get my real estate license." This guy looked at me, the broker, and he said, "Don't waste your time. You're not gonna make no money." And I was like, "Wow."
Yeah, damn.
So that was So I went, got my lunch, went back, was like, "All right, whatever." He don't know me.
Yeah.
So, couple years later, I got my foot wet, and I'm really like solid in the mortgage business. And I remember I'm dealing with a lot of realtors. So I remember we were having lunch one day at like Mama Teresa's right there.
I love Mama Teresa's pizza.
Best in Long Island, man. So Mama Teresa's, we're there, and we're joking, right? So the guy says to me, "Yo, man, the mortgage business is easier than the real estate business." So I said, "Bro," I said, "if I was a realtor, I would kill it." So he said, "Bro, I bet you $2,000 that if you get your license, you couldn't close a deal in like 4 months."
Wow.
So I said, "For real?" I said, "You really
it's
think
easy
so?"
money?
I said, "Yo." So I said, "All right." So I went, and this is before 72-hour courses. This is like, I think it was like 40 or 42.
Yeah.
So I went to Hauppauge, I took like a week off, went to Hauppauge, got my real estate license, called one of my clients that's a flipper, right? I knew he was selling, I knew he wanted to sell his house that I just refinanced, fam.
Yeah.
So as soon as I got my license, literally, as soon as I walked out of the Hauppauge office to get took the test, I walked out, called him, and said, "Hey, that house in Hempstead, you still want to sell it?" And he was like, "Yeah." And I said, "Look, I got great news. I'm a realtor now," right? I said, "I'm a realtor now, and I'm gonna list your house." So he was like, "Okay, what brokerage you own?" So I went and called one of my brokers that I knew was like a single mom and pop shop guy.
Yeah.
So I called. His name was Bertram Babb. Bertram, man, thank you, man.
Shout
out to Bertram, right? So I called Bertram and I said, "Look, Bertram, I just got my real estate license. I need to house it with somebody. So I'm gonna house it. I'm gonna use you as the broker."
Okay.
So I'm gonna work for you. So he was like, "Cool," because he knows I'm a grinder. He's been working with me for like 2 years prior through Dynamic. So he said, "Okay." I said, "I got my first listing." So he was like, "What?" He's like, "I'm gonna come with you so we can go through it and we can, I can walk you through."
Yeah.
Yo, I walked in there. My guy signed all the paperwork, 6% 6% fee.
6%?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, back then,
Yo, 6% fee. Then I called my other guy and I said, "Look," because I know he likes buying property, because I'm a banker.
Yeah.
So I knew all these guys.
Yeah.
I knew all the players.
Makes sense.
So I called my other guy who's looking to purchase in Hempstead, and I said, "Hey, I got a 1-family in Hempstead for sale." He said, and I said, "The owner's gonna, he's aggressive, so he'll pay for the appraisal for you." So he was like, "Oh, deal.
Yeah.
Yo, let's go to contract." So I listed the house. I listed the house on Tuesday. We went to contract on Thursday, and we closed on the deal. And I ended up doing the mortgage, doing all the deals.
Shit.
So I sold the house.
Wait a minute. Bring all of it back. So someone gave you a bet of $2,000.
$2,000.
That you wouldn't be able to close your first deal in 4 months.
4 months. Yep.
You said, "All right, I'm Gene. I'm a hustler.
Yep.
$2,000 is easy money."
Yep.
So you went and got your real estate license. After you walked out from Hauppauge, when you got your license, you called a broker that you knew.
No, I called the owner.
You called the owner, the investor that you knew.
Yep.
Got the listing.
Yep.
Called the broker. You wasn't even with a brokerage yet.
Nope.
Called the broker.
After.
You got that listing for 6%. Called a buyer.
Yep.
Went into contract with them. So you did the mortgage.
Yep.
So you did the mortgage.
I did the mortgage.
6% and $2,000.
Yep. Oh, there's more.
Yeah.
The guy who, the seller of the property, I sold him another property
Okay.
out east, because this was Hempstead, he wanted to go out east.
Yeah.
So I ended up selling him a house out east. I got 3% or 2% from that house.
Yeah.
Then I did the mortgage on that house.
And this is all within how? What was it?
This
what
is
would you say is the timeline?
Like 2 months, bro.
That's insane.
And I took his $2,000.
I would have took the $2,000.
Oh yeah. He was mad. He was mad. He said, "You set me up." I said, "Bro, you got to know who you're talking to."
Yeah.
Like, I'm a Scorpio. I was like, I'm a grinder.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm Gene, bro. Like, stop playing with me, man. I tell people that. I've been telling people that for 22 years, man.
Yeah.
Stop playing with me. You know?
That's insane. I've heard a lot of stories in this game. I never heard that shit. That's nuts.
Yo, that was the illest one. And there's more. I got a lot of those.
I want to ask you a question, right? So I want to backtrack a little bit. You didn't have any challenges when you first started out, but most agents, when they first get into this business, they do have challenges.
Oh yeah, no, I had a challenge, bro.
What advice would you give to someone that's starting out now that they don't have that same grind as Gene,
Yeah,
but they want to get into this?
So I told you a story, me 2 years in.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you a story when I first started.
Okay.
So Rob interviews me. He says, "Okay, cool. You come highly recommended, college kid, freshman in college. You're 18 years old. I'm wearing my prom suit to the interview.
Okay.
No money, you know what I'm saying? Just fresh." So back in the day, you remember your parents used to send out Christmas cards to their family?
Yeah.
So that's what I did.
Okay.
So I took the Christmas card list and I sent everybody a note, a letter saying, "Hey, I'm in the business, call
dope.
me."
That's dope. That's dope.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
You know what happened?
You got to call immediately?
No, my mom got a call.
Okay.
My mom got a call from a family member saying, "Yo, why is Gene sending me letters? What is Gene doing?"
Yeah.
My mom got embarrassed. She's like, "Yo, what are you doing?
Yeah.
I sacrificed so much and you want to do real estate?" So I'm like, I'm confused. So I had to look in the mirror and say, okay, why would they think this?
Yeah.
And I made a list. So it was 1, my age. I was 18 years old. Can't do nothing about that.
Yeah.
2, I'm black. Can't do nothing about that. 3, my appearance. I can do something about that.
Yeah.
And 4, my education on the business.
Okay.
I could do something about that.
Yeah.
So because of that, for a month and a half, 2 months, I fell back from the rejection that I got from my family. I then went and I took an FHA class because FHA used to, HUD used to give classes.
Did they? Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
So to train the loan officers, and I don't know if they still do it, but they used to do it. And I don't know if it was because of Dynamic, and that Dynamic had some kind of training but it wasn't the Dynamic that did it. It was HUD. So we went to them.
Okay.
So I went and became like a certified FHA lender, like not lender, but a loan officer that could talk about. I knew everything about FHA at the time. And I went back and I said, okay, I changed my appearance. I don't look like an 18-year-old kid no more. I'm wearing suits. I'm wearing, even though it was like Men's Warehouse,
like
three for $100. You know what I mean? Like I was still wearing, I was $300.
It was
like,
a slim fit suit.
bro, and I was skinny too. So any suit looked good on me, man. You know? So it's you get 3 suits. I mean, you get, for $300, you got 3 suits, 3 shirts, 3 ties, 3 belts, socks.
They threw in everything.
They threw in everything, right? So I did that. And just to go out there, pound the pavement. So my advice would be, number 1, get into the business, be in the business because you really want to be in the business.
Totally agree.
Don't be in the business, don't get into this business because you see on Instagram everybody's like, yeah, I'm closing deals and I'm at the closing table and they do the little boomerang things like with the keys. Nah, don't do it because of that. Okay? Because it's hard.
Yeah.
All right? Do it because you really want to do it. That's number 1. Number 2, you have to have faith in yourself, right? The faith that you have to have is like when you're sleeping, you're thinking about closing deals. helping a client, servicing. And that's another part. Get into the business not for you, but to really service the customer.
Yeah.
A lot of people get into the business because of what they want to get out of it. You know what I mean? Like, we just came from the holidays, right?
Yeah.
You know what I do for all my tenants, all my residents, everybody I do business with?
What's that?
And I'm about to give it to you too.
Oh, you come with gifts?
I come with gifts.
We gotta come first guest to give a gift.
I
That's
give
what's up.
gifts.
That's what's up.
And it's a gift of
Appreciate you,
appreciation
brother.
and gratitude. And I've been doing this since 18. I learned that young.
So you built your business basically, you get a lot of referral business?
Oh my God, it's all referral, bro.
Yeah.
Every time I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna market, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this campaign, never works.
Yeah.
Because my phone starts ringing and I just get too busy.
Yeah.
But I used to, my campaign, you'll see, and I still do it. I print out $1 million bill.
Okay.
And I send out a thank you card. To every person I ever do business with. If you refer me someone, I send you a thank you card with $1 million bill and my business card. Handwritten note.
Handwritten note.
Handwritten
I do
note.
the same thing. I still do the $1 million.
Yeah, yo.
I'm about to steal
So
that.
yeah, you can steal it. I'll even tell you where to go. So it says thanks $1 million for your business and referrals. I have people, when I stop doing it to them, they're like, yo, you owe me like $8 million, bro. Like,
That's
yeah.
what's up.
But it's
That's
cool
what's up.
because they count it, they keep it.
Yeah.
It's a talking piece. It looks like real money. So in the gift, you'll see like, so you can open it. Yeah, you can open it. You just pull it open. So this is actually something I created.
Oh,
it's a planner.
It's a planner. I still post this.
Yeah, it's a planner, and it's called the Faith Grind Inspired Planner.
Okay.
And basically, it comes with a pen, note, handwritten note.
Oh, you got the handwritten on there too?
Yeah, right here. See?
Oh.
With a little crest, you know what I mean? Like,
Oh, my guy's official.
Yeah.
Oh, let's see if I can zoom into the camera. That guy's official. That guy's official. I like that. I like
know?
that. I won't open
so
it.
let me show you what I was talking about. Because, what the kids say, cap?
Cap?
Nah, we're not capping.
No, we wear caps. We don't
yeah,
cap.
we wear caps. We're not capping.
This is fine.
So this is the $1 million bill, right? And you see on the back.
Oh, you got Ash Cash?
Yeah,
in there.
Ash Cash is my
Yeah.
partner.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
what's up. Okay.
Yeah,
I'll
so
show him back that too.
so anyway, but before, when I first started, it was just mortgages. So it was just real estate, just mortgages, and that's how I did it, right?
Okay.
Oh, there's a pen loop right here.
My guy official like a referee with a whistle. I'm telling you.
And did you notice? Did you notice on the front?
Oh, no, I didn't even peep the initial on the bottom. I didn't even peep the initial on the bottom.
Custom, man.
This guy's customer service to a T.
Yo, appreciate it, man.
That's fire.
So-
So you got your card there too.
Yeah.
Nah, this is fire, bro. This is fire. This is marketing to another level right here.
No, thank you, man. And so this planner is a dateless planner. You can use it whenever you want.
Okay.
I suggest you use it at night and for the next day.
Gotcha.
And it really helps with production, man.
Gotcha.
So productivity, and it really helps. I've been using planners. People always ask me, yo, how do you juggle everything that you do? I'm like, yo, I write things down. I don't do everything on my phone. My phone, every tool that you use is for something.
Yeah.
Like you see he has one lens there and one lens there. They're two different lenses.
Yeah.
Because they serve a different purpose.
That's a fact.
So when you have a phone, you have an iPad, you have like a tablet, you have a computer, you have a laptop. Everything has something different.
Phone. When I start putting my notes in my phone, I'm like, I lose the notes somehow.
Yeah.
Even though it's still in my phone, but I lose the track of everything. When I write it down, it's a million times better.
It's a million times better.
Yeah.
You write everything down, man.
And when you mentioned earlier about having like faith in yourself, it takes me back to when I first got into the business, right? So I was struggling for a while when I first got in. Had a lot of family stuff going on, long story short. But I was broke, bro.
Yeah.
But there was this something about real estate that kept me in it.
Yeah.
I probably couldn't eat one night, but I'm like, I'm gonna pay this real estate license. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
My renewal.
Yep. Oh,
and it was just something about it that I'm like, I got it. One, I knew I had to do it because I needed some money.
Yeah, I needed
right?
money, yeah.
And there was a chance, because someone told me at that point, like, give it up, bro. You're not making any money off it. And once somebody challenges me like that, the same way they challenge you, I'm all in now.
I'm all in now.
Now it's either, I think Will Smith kind of said it. He said, if it's me and someone on the treadmill beside me, you know what I'm saying? And they challenge me to on that treadmill, one of us is going to die on that treadmill.
I'm going to die on the treadmill before I get off. Big facts.
So I'm glad that you said that, bro. That story is inspirational.
Yeah.
Like, and it shows how you can hustle your way through anything.
Yo, bro, I used to walk door to door with flyers and everything, man. And not everything was cool, man. Like before I took that real estate class through HUD, I would go to the office, print out a ream of paper with flyers on 8.5 regular paper.
Yeah.
And but colored paper, like bright green, bright orange. Go door to door in Deer Park, North Babb, Amityville, Uniondale, Freeport, like, you know what I'm saying? And then just go door to door in my little suit, hoping somebody would talk to me. But in the beginning, before I took the class, like, I got calls.
Okay.
And then, but guess what? I'm gonna keep it real, bro. When people were calling me, they're like, "So what's the interest rate? Is it a 30-year fix or yo, bro?"
You didn't think about that.
I didn't think about it because I was just market.
Yeah.
So another piece of advice is that focus on the education, focus on the product that you're selling, focus on the area that you're focusing on, because so right now we're in Prospect Heights, right? So if we're in Prospect Heights and you don't know how much a 2-bedroom goes for, and you tell somebody, they're like, I'm looking for an apartment in a 2-bedroom with a backyard, 2-bed, 2-bath, and this area. And you tell them, I can get you something for $2,000, $2,500, which is Bed-Stuy. You can't do that over here.
Yeah.
Over here, that same thing is like $4,000, $3,900, $3,700.
Wow.
And it's normal over here.
Yeah.
Like if you put an apartment out here for $2,500, you're bugging. Like you have rats, you have roaches, you have violations, something's going on.
Yeah.
Like it's not real. So people that know, they're like, nah, bro, that's not over here. You're lying or you're new.
Yeah.
So I would say focus on the area, focus on education. The biggest part is the education, because I learned that early on. That's why I went to the class, because I was getting bombarded with phone calls. So I'm flooding the streets with flyers. People are calling me, and I don't know how to answer them.
Yeah.
I didn't have no information, bro. And so I looked the part, but I didn't know the education. You know?
I said that to a younger agent not too long ago. I was like, learn the business.
Learn it.
Don't let this whole Instagram thing fool you. It looks cool.
It looks cool, man.
But once people start getting into the real grit of this, of what they're asking you, you don't know what the hell you're talking about. It's on to the next.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Even like a little question like this: what's the square footage? I remember I went to I had to be like maybe 19 years old, and this guy was like, "What's the square footage of this room?" And I was like, 8,000? Like, you know what I mean? Like, he was like, what? So, you got to understand you got to know what you're talking about, you know, because that's what's going to separate you. You want to separate yourself from the pack?
Yeah.
You got to do things that the other agents aren't doing, because there's some agents that want to look good, and there's some agents that are good.
Yeah.
And some agents that are great.
Yeah.
And the great ones, they live, eat, sleep, sacrifice. They might get divorced over this business, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They lose their families because they love this business so much.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So luckily for me, thank you, babes. Like my wife understands my passion. She fell in love with me before. And so she's been my ride or die from the beginning, man. Like,
that's what's up.
yeah.
That's what's up.
I remember I watched your show. So there was an episode where you were like, man, I'm struggling with balance. And I was on the other side of the video like, bro, interview me.
Let's get into that then. Let's get into that.
Yeah.
Balance has been a challenge.
Yeah,
right?
I know.
Because one, we started having kids later.
Yeah.
My first daughter was born when I was like 36. So now we're older parents, but now we're both all over the place.
Yep.
Business started taking off.
Yep.
I'm doing all of this. I'm selling real estate. I'm becoming like this personality in a way. So I'm getting pulled away. So I'm like, damn, how the hell do I balance this work-life balance?
Yeah.
Go for it, bro.
Number one.
Yeah. The planner? It always comes back to the planner.
This. Yo, when you open it, you'll see why.
Yeah.
You have to do it. You plan everything. Like, I have conversations. It's communication.
Yeah.
Babe, what do we have to do this week? Babe, what do we have to do for a new? That's my son's name. Babe, what do we have this month? Anything, what do you have to do?
Yeah.
So now I'm putting it in.
It's all there. Yeah.
It's all there. I have the important dates section in the beginning, and then I have my daily part, right? And so now I'm adding all that, so now I could fit in meetings, I could fit in everything so that my life is not like, yo, I gotta go.
Yeah.
Everything is cool,
Yeah.
right? It's not gonna be like that all the time. So that's one, communication, but the communication is like not what you have to do. You're not telling her what you have to do. You have to ask her what she has to do and what has to be done for your kids. Because if you say family first and father and husband first, you can't be like, yeah, it's me first and then them.
Yeah.
And then after that, then you focus on the business part. Because once you get them, they're gonna be out your way. And once you like, okay, cool, you got basketball practice at 6 o'clock on Thursday. All right, cool. So now I know at 5, my day has to end at 4. So then I could go home, do what I gotta do, go to basketball with him or her, and then now after I finish that, now I could plan for tomorrow on Thursday night.
Gotcha.
So you have to plan the night before. If most people, what they do is they wing it. They wake up in the morning and they say, okay, what do I do?
Yeah.
Like, I'm gonna conquer today.
Yeah.
And they like, all right, let me think about all the things I gotta do today.
Nah, you always have to.
You lost.
Yeah.
You lost.
Yeah.
I used to consult clients, bro. I remember this one realtor I was consulting because he was new in the business too, and he was like, look, I need help. So I said, yo, man, book a consultation with me on my website. Do it. Come sit with me. So I said, yo, what's your morning like? What do you do? So he goes, oh, well, I live in Brooklyn. I drive my wife to Long Island for work, and then I drive back. And then after I drive back, I eat breakfast, and then I'll do prospecting. Then I'll go canvass the neighborhood, and then I go and I pick her up and I bring her back home.
Things back home. Damn,
So I said, yo, bro, so you spend 4 hours
yeah, sitting in the car.
sitting in the car.
Yeah.
I was like, you're figuring out who you prospecting after you come back home.
Yeah.
Now you're researching. By the time you research, you're only researching for like an hour. You only get canvas for like an hour, and then you got to go right back to Long Island. So that's why you're not making no money.
Yeah.
So I told him to switch it. I said, look, this is what you do. The night before, you research. You pick because if she's not gonna take a train or whatever, you still got to bring her.
Yeah.
This is what you got to do. You got to plan the night before. Wake up in the morning. List it out, make sure it's still there, make sure everything you're good, you understand the plan. Eat before you bring her.
Yeah.
So not eat when you come back, eat before, drop her, and then when you finish dropping her off, now you go to the canvassing.
Or eat in the car.
Or eat in the car,
Yeah.
and then go and then canvas.
Yeah.
And then now when you're canvassing, now you can canvas for 3-4 hours versus half hour. And then you could go. You know?
Yeah.
And so it worked for him, man. Now he's like, his GCI is crazy, bro.
That's what's up.
He invited me to his wedding. That's how good it was.
That's how good it was?
Yeah, man. Yeah, because it was like his fiance at the time.
Okay.
So now he got married, and he's just like, man, he gave me a thank you speech at his wedding.
That's what's up.
Yeah, because I changed it, because it's mindset.
It's all mindset.
It's all mindset. This whole business is mindset. That's why with all these internet gurus that you see out there, you know what I mean? Like, I'm afraid, because what's gonna happen if no one focuses on the mindset and how people are supposed to think and approach something, if they just see what they're gonna get from something,
Yeah.
you know, because the bait is, yo, I made $1 million.
Instant gratification.
Yeah. So they're chasing that versus like the mindset you're supposed to have to get that.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, we've been doing this for 20 years, 22 years. Ask me the mindset. I'm telling you about if you know what I'm saying? Like, don't care what I have now.
Yeah.
Think about how I started. You know what I'm saying? Like, I told you 4 things. I was focusing on my appearance, my education, the age I couldn't do nothing about. But guess what? Because I focused on my education and the knowledge of the product, what ended up happening is that when I spoke to these adults that looked at me as their kid, right? When I started talking to them about FHA and refinancing and how I could move the monies and do all this stuff and structure their deal, they forgot that I was black. They didn't care about my age. And then, because I had a little fear too, bro, I can't front. I can't front. When I first started this business, I was afraid. I only wanted to do business with black people because I felt that was my comfort zone. I was scared until I met this guy. He was my mentor. His name is Robert Standfast. You know, and Long Island guy. And
name sounds kind of
yeah. He had a title company. Good guy, man. Been in real estate for like 40 years. He was like, look, bro, this is what you're gonna do. I'm gonna teach you how to play golf. I'm gonna teach you how to talk. I'm gonna teach you how to do this. So Rob taught me one part. Rob Flower taught me one side of the business, but Rob Standfast taught me the networking part, the connecting part, the building relationships.
Yeah, that's the biggest part of it.
You know what I mean? Yes.
Yeah, B and I was just talking about that on the way here because he's in the networking group. And we were saying, like, even with those networking groups, that you should be in groups that are outside of kind of your business.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because that's the only way you're going to really make more out of it. Yeah. We were literally just talking about that in the car.
There was a networking group I was in because I had to get away from the fear. Right? So,
it's your comfort. If you're around people that's in the same industry,
there was one in Garden City. And they used to have like 7 o'clock morning, 8 o'clock morning breakfast meetings, and you have to go around the room and everybody had to stand up and pitch and say, and you had to do business with someone in that room that month. That's how it worked. So there was like 12 people, or it was like 12 or 13 people, and we each had to like talk, and none of us did the same thing. So there was this guy named Dr. Schaefer. And I was there and I was like, yeah, I'm in mortgages. I'm afraid of speaking to people because in the Haitian culture, my mom taught me, don't look someone eye to eye.
Don't look them eye to eye?
No.
Really?
Because that's disrespectful in our culture. African culture, Haitian culture, Caribbean. You know, that's when you talk to an adult, you don't look them in the eye. That's one. Number 2, don't tell people your stories. Because you don't know who's going to hate on you. You don't know who's going to. And then at the time, where she was coming from was in the 80s, Haitians, they were more guarded because they were like, people were just, oh, you're Haitian? I don't like you. Call immigration. They come and snatch you up for nothing. You didn't do no crime, nothing. So that's how it was in Brooklyn. So I get where but I had that trauma. So this guy, I went to him and I paid him like $2,500. Right? To do what they call coaching, right? So he was my first coach. And I paid him to get personal development, mindset, personal development, and I was afraid to speak to people. Hi, my name is Gene. Afraid. Now you can't get me to shut up. But before, I was afraid to talk.
So you invested in yourself?
Yeah, I invested in myself.
That's the gym.
What? It was like 18, 19 years old.
And you invested $2,500.
$2,500, yeah, bro. Like my first 2 deals, I took the money and I did it because this guy was like, yo, I work with, and the way he pitched me, he was like, yo, I work with athletes. I work with soccer players, boost their confidence. Now they're world champions. And I was like, wow, I want to be a world champion in mortgages. I want to be the world champion. And so I'll tell you one story about this guy and then we can move on. So he says, where do you think most people do business in Manhattan? And I was like, oh man, Park Avenue. Because I was thinking about Waldorf Astoria, Park Avenue, you know, coming to America. So I was like, yo, Waldorf Astoria, that's where everybody is, Park Ave. So he said, okay, meet me there. So I said, all right. So I take the train, LIRR, get on Penn Station, Grand Central. I get off with Penn Station, one of those two. He says, okay, Gene, give me your wallet, give me your keys, and give me your phone. He took my stuff and my Long Island Railroad pass.
In the pass?
He took it, put it in the bag, locked it up, and said, you can't go home until you say, hello, my name is Gene, to 10 people.
Oh, okay. And that's, like you said, you still had the fear. So 10 people sound like 10,000 people.
Bro. Yo, man, if there was a toilet right there, I would have been like, man. So he was like, I'm not, he stood on the wall. He stood on the wall, right on Park, like I think it was like 295 or 300 Park. Stood there, Colgate building. He stood right on it. And he was like, I'm not going nowhere until you 10 people.
And all you had to say was, hi, my name is Gene.
Hi, my name is Gene. Bro.
How long did it take you to do that?
Oh, it gets good.
Yeah.
So I said, hi, my name is Gene, to some woman. Because I'm looking for black people.
Yeah.
I'm not going to front. I'm looking for black people. But it wasn't. Yeah. And so I saw the sister and I was like, hi, my name is Gene. He's like, good morning. I was like, all right. So I was like, so another person, hi, my name is Gene. Then there was this gentleman that walked by and I was like, hi, my name is Gene. And he was like, hi, what are you doing this for?
The guy asked you that?
The guy asked me that.
Okay.
And he was a Caucasian guy. Yeah. So he said, what are you doing this for? And I was like, I'm a mortgage banker in Long Island, and I'm trying to get over my fear of speaking to people, because in the business and blah, 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 blah. I started going through this whole thing. Yeah. And I was like, but, and then he's looking at me like, what? So I was like, yo, this is my coach, Dr. Yeah. And he's like, yeah. So he goes to me, wait, so you're here because you want to get better at serving people? Yeah, I said, yes. He said, look, I live in Great Neck. My wife and I are actually thinking about refinancing because rates are low.
Wow, okay.
Here's my number. Let me get your number. Do you have a card? And then he had to take it out the backpack. Yeah. So he took it out the backpack, gave him the card. I got his information. Yo, I ended up doing that loan. That's what's up. Yeah, I ended up doing that loan. Yeah. But it took me like 2.5 months to finish it. Yeah. But at the time, because it was like different back then. But after that interaction, bro, yo, it was like something unlocked. Yeah. Yeah. Yo, I was across the street. I was running across the street. I was like, hey, my name is Gene. Hey, my name is Gene. Hey, you want a mortgage? Here's my card. I was like, give me my cards. Give me my card. I'm giving people, I only got one deal. I didn't get nothing else. But it was so then I created this thing. And it's on it's in the book. Regret is worse than fear. Because if I don't reach out to you, I could just watch you from the Instagram. Damn, man, I wish I could be on his show, man. Yeah. If you don't say nothing. Yeah, it's true. That's how most people don't eat. That saying, closed mouths don't get fed is real. Yeah. But if you're afraid, but most people are afraid. And then they grow up, they get older and they regret it. And they're like, man, I wish y'all had a chance to do this, but I didn't do this because...
That's like, as kids, we were told not to talk to strangers.
Yes.
That's so psychologically, it's always going to be there.
It's always going to be there.
I want to pivot because I know we've been here for a while. I can listen to your stories all day.
Yeah, we can talk.
Let's talk pivot because you're not just a real estate agent, right? Yeah. Let's put that in the air. You got some other things going on.
Yeah.
Let's talk about it, bro.
So during COVID, pivot was a crazy thing, right? Because I had a podcast called Faith, Ground, Inspire. And it was all about the mindset. I only interviewed entrepreneurs about their mindset, never about their business, how much money they made. I didn't care about any of that. Yeah. Because it was all about passion. Why are you doing this? And there was a guy that came on the show. His name was Dane Castillo. And he said to me, I want to name this show Pivot. So I was like, Pivot? Okay. And he's like, yo, people pivot. So I wasn't thinking nothing about pivoting. I was like, I'm good in my lane. I've been doing this for so long. And then my neighbor came to me and said, hey, Gene, I want to build a fence. And but I'm gonna pay for the other side. You pay for the side that separates me and you.
I tried to do that with my neighbor. They didn't go for it.
Really? So then, oh yeah. Oh, so you like this guy?
I'm like that guy.
So then he goes to the other neighbor and says, hey, you pay for this fence and I'm gonna pay for the other side.
Yeah.
So I'm like, so I went to my other neighbor and I said, hey, this guy said blah, 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 blah. He said, really? I said, yeah, man. He said, yo, bro, he told me the same thing. So he's trying to get a free fence.
He's trying to get a free fence.
So I went to my neighbor and I said, yo, man, you know, I'm gonna build a fence, but wood. He said, you don't got no money for that. It's COVID, all this stuff. I said,
you don't have no money?
Yes. He said, yo, you young. He don't know me.
Yeah.
So he's like, yo, you can't do that. So I said, oh, here we go with the, why you keep playing with me?
Yeah.
So I said, okay, you know what? Every time you look outside your window, you're gonna regret saying that. And I don't know if you wanna, I can send you the video, you can insert what I did before and after, but yo, he regretted. But it opened the door and it helped pivot me. Because my neighbors, people in the community started like, yo, I heard about your backyard. Can you do something like, can you design? Can you do something like this for me?
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, sure. Can you do my front yard? How's your inside? And I was like, yo, I have a movie theater in my house. You want to see it? They're like, what? You have a theater? No, you got a room with a TV and a couch. I'm like, nah, bro. I got a movie theater, like a private cinema in my house. And they're like, yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah.
And so they would come in not believing, and then they come in, they see it. I'm like, yo, I designed this.
Wow.
And then I'll do it in their house. And then it just kept rolling.
And this is all during the pandemic.
All during the pandemic. So I'm redoing people's backyards, redoing a lot of, construction. But I have teams, groups of people, because I've been in real estate for so long. We own property and we renovate them for our own.
For your own,
You know what I'm saying? And so now people are asking me to do it for them. So, okay, I'm doing it. And we're actually sitting in one of our properties that we just finished renovating.
Nice.
And so you should see the before, man. The before is crazy. But anyway, so I pivoted and I started this business with my wife. It's called ACA Design and Builds, right? Because everybody knows me as the ACA guy anyway. Because ACA branding was my first business 15 years ago in the branding space.
What does ACA stand for?
ACA, accountability, credibility, action.
Dope.
Yeah. So I was like, you know what? We're gonna keep that going, and now we're just gonna. And then I partnered with an architect, Vladimir, from Second Door, and so Second Floor, and so he's my architect on record, and so now I call my team the Avengers, man. Okay. The Avengers, bro. Like these guys, I know a lot of people have bad experiences with contractors, and I know I have some stories too. I can tell you some stories. But like, I don't have those experiences, because of my approach. So me being in the business, me being the end user for many years, working with contractors, I learned the system. Yeah. So then now I'm on the opposite side.
Are you basically subbing them out for everything? Is they basically
No, now they work with me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So now I do the contracts, I pay them. Okay. So if they have their own jobs, cool. But when they take on one of my projects, it's like, yo, look, you here until it's done. Like you're all in. Yeah. So you're not gonna piecemeal me and do 1 week here, take off a week, do this, nah, bro, we doing this.
Do you do more flips or are you more of a buy and hold guy?
For the residential?
For the residential.
So it's buy and hold.
Buy and hold?
So for ourselves, me and my wife, we buy and hold.
Okay.
I don't really flip. Because that's my strategy's always been long term. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Like everything we own, we have about 12 million, 13 million worth of property that we own. And so it's all of that is just hold. We don't sell anything, man. Gotcha. Because the way I look at it is like this. If you sell in a neighborhood, right? Say $2 million, $3 million, your grandkids won't be able to come back.
I like that.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's better like, I know the whole conversation with a certain group of people, but it's just, if you think about it, they purchased, their great-great-grandparents purchased a property, and it gets passed on. So by the time it gets passed on to the grandkid, all they do, they have a free and clear property, they refinance it, and do it again.
That's a fact.
So, but we always have to start over because we sell. We never hold. We never collect the income for long term. And then we sell, we buy one house that we're comfortable in, and we retire, we die, our kids take it. I don't want this house. They sell it, buy a house they're comfortable in. Their kids repeat the cycle. So, but there's but you see some families that are like, oh, you know what? We're gonna break it. We're gonna do investments. We're gonna keep for the long term. And like even one of this property, this is a 3-family. So this is gonna be a long term play for And
you say you have partners. So okay. So break down the. Like I said, I won't keep you too long. But just give us a little insight on the partnership part of it, because I always come across people that want to get into the business of buy and hold, flip, whatever they want to do, and they're thinking about getting partners. But we all know that partnerships could
go bad.
They can go bad quick.
So good partnerships work like this. Partners shouldn't do the same thing.
Yeah, someone else told me that.
Like every partner in the group, in the collective, can't all want to be the contractor. Can't all want to be the designer. Can't want to be the financier. No. One person might be the person who's buying it. The other person might be the person that's designing and handling the construction. The other partner might be the person that's handling the property management. The other person might be the one handling all the books and the numbers and everything. And that system works. But when 2 people, 3 people all want to be like, no, we should do hardwood floors. No, we should do this. And they fighting over the floor. Financing. Yo, why do I get one of my first deals? It was in Brooklyn. It was a 4-family. I wanted to go into with 3 other guys. So I said, yo, bro, like we each get a mortgage. Because that's what people do. We each get a mortgage for like $115,000 each, and we'll get a floor, right?
Smart.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sean, you ready?
He's arguing who gets what floor.
Yo, why he get that floor? That one has 2 bedrooms, and why I gotta pay more when I got 1 bedroom and he got the. Bro, we're not living here. Stop playing with me, bro. So I end up doing it ourselves. You know what I mean? And then guess what happens? This is what happens at the end. This is what happens at the end. When you're done and you made the flip, right? Because that one we actually sold. Right? But that was in the beginning of my career. I don't do that no more. But that one, when we flipped, everybody was like, yo. The next one, fam, yo, hit me up. Yo, the next one. I'm like, bro, you think I want that headache?
Nah, yeah.
I have 2 words, Sean.
What's that?
Peace and growth. That's how I live my life. I smile. Peace and growth, man. You bother me, man. It's all good. Next.
Yo, this journey's too short to be sitting around.
Yeah, bro. Like, you're not gonna stress me out.
No way.
Peace and growth, man. Peace and growth. My son say something to me, Anu, peace and growth, and I walk away.
Do you do that with the wife?
Yeah, of course I do.
Do that with
the wife? Peace and growth.
Wifey, peace and growth.
Peace and growth. Peace and growth. Yo, she used to hate that in the beginning.
I know she did.
Yeah. I'm not gonna tell the story of how it came out, but she hated it. But it worked. But now she uses it on me. Like if I'm like, give her an attitude or something and I get upset and she'd be like, peace and growth, Gene. babes, peace and growth. I'm like, and then it brings me back. And I'm like, oh, you know what? You're right. Yeah, peace and growth. And then I have to get back in. Yeah, of course.
Reel it back in.
So, but peace and growth, man. Nah,
bro. I'm telling you, I can listen to you talk forever. This is dope. This is dope.
It's years of experience, man. I just want to see people win, but I'm scared, man. I'm scared. I see where it's going.
Like with all of the...
Oh, man.
The social media.
The social media. like everybody's an expert until they're not.
Until then,
You know, and you watch. I was watching how it was folding. First, it was like, "Yo, do this." Everybody was an expert on one thing, and then it crashed. Then all of a sudden, now everybody's selling you life insurance.
Yeah, so I noticed that.
Because that's the new thing. They're like, all right, we're gonna push life insurance.
I did notice
that.
that.
Yo, bro.
I'm like,
how we go from yo, you don't even hear Airbnb no more. You don't hear about event spaces no more.
Nope.
You don't hear about trucking business no more. You don't hear about I don't know, whatever. You don't hear about crypto no more.
I was arguing with a dude in the barbershop about NFTs the other day.
Yo,
like, y'all still doing it?
You don't hear nothing about NFTs. Yeah. Everybody was an expert at everything until something crashes.
Yeah.
Real entrepreneurs went through 3 recessions already. You see what I'm saying? Like, if you got through 2008, 2001, after 9/11, bro.
Yeah.
First of all, that was like the craziest part. Like, if you went through that, if you went through when the crash of 2008 and you went through and you got past that, bro, you a beast.
Yeah, all the people I know that I've ever interviewed that I know personally that have been in this business at that time, they're killing that.
They're killing it.
Yeah.
Because
like,
this is easy, man.
Yeah.
Yo, from 2009 till like last year was like easy sailings, bro. Easy, man. Like, COVID was like it was like, God said, yo, everybody, here's the layup.
Yeah. Just who's gonna catch it? Yeah.
My man Matt, MG the mortgage guy, says, bandemic.
The pandemic.
The pandemic.
Yeah.
Yo, bro, if you didn't make no money during the pandemic, something wrong with you, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so
you either got paid or you grew as
you had to either grow. You don't even have to be a millionaire. Not all these people are millionaires.
Yeah.
Not all these people. A lot of these people, these experts, they renting rooms. They don't even own homes, man.
But they're teaching you how.
But they're teaching you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They selling courses on things that they technically never executed.
But I know dudes that sell courses on flips that do not do flips.
They don't do flips. They don't do flips. They don't even own rentals.
Yeah.
Yo, show me how you work with tenants. I don't have any tenants. What do you mean?
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, my wife and I, we don't have evictions, bro.
Okay.
We've never been to eviction court. Knock on granite, baby.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so it's like, it's because we treat people right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When I see people on the internet talking about, oh, this tenant left my apartment looking like this, I'm like, yo, you gotta start screening better. You gotta start hiring professionals like Sean.
There you go.
You know what I mean? Like, you got to start hiring real realtors that could screen people because you can't just, it's not about but here's the thing. It's because they're not after the quality, they're after the money.
Yeah. It's funny because one of my landlords reached out to me a couple days ago. I met with her yesterday and she's looking to rent out one of the spaces. I'm like, yo, my sister-in-law is actually looking for the same thing. It falls in every category. She's like, great. I'm like, but we're still going to do everything the right way.
Yeah.
Even though I know everything, but we're still doing the credit check. I'm like, none of that stuff changes.
Yep.
Because I want to keep that in her mind. Like, even if it's your friend, you still do everything the same. Yeah, it's
Because look, you get screwed.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like, I have real conversations when I'm what they call an interview.
Yeah.
I don't consider it an interview. I'm like, okay, we're gonna do all that background stuff.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna ask you simple questions just to see where your mindset is. Because then I can know who you are.
Facts.
And then every year, we gift every resident, there's about 15, 16 of them, and we gift them a bottle of wine and a thank you card of gratitude. Yeah. We give them a card, we give them a gift every year. Yeah, and they it was funny because today we were walking by and I had not extra ones, but I had to come give some here. Yeah. And this 2 ladies walked by, they got out their car, they're like, oh my God, you giving out gifts?
I
Like,
saw you walking in with that. When I was parking, I saw you walking in.
Yeah. So the lady stopped me. A lady was like, "Oh my God, you have all these bags," and I was like, "Yeah, I gift the residents of the building gifts."
Yeah.
And they were like, "Oh my God, really?"
Landlords don't do that.
They're like, "Landlords don't do that." She was like, "Landlords don't do that."
Nah.
And I said, "Yeah, because they're greedy. Like, you make $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 a month.
Yeah.
Even if you spend, you didn't have to go to court, which will court legal fees is a killer."
Yeah.
During COVID, you know what I did during COVID?
What?
During COVID, in one of the properties, when we redid the backyard in my house, I said, you know what? If I'm living comfortable like this, I need to make sure the building looks good and presentable because that's their home.
Yeah.
So, and they're not gonna renovate. So it's my job, it's my responsibility.
Yeah.
So I told my wife, I said, yo, babe, this is what we're gonna do. She was like, all right, cool. We did it. The morale of the building went up.
Yeah, man.
They were like, and then guess what? So when they had those big campaigns, those billboards out here, don't pay your rent. Throughout the whole pandemic, not one person, Sean,
That says a lot about
not
you.
one person paid late.
That
Not
says a lot
one.
about you. Yeah.
Not one.
Not one. That.
They were like, are you okay? They're like, yo, I'm like, I'm okay.
Yeah.
And they're like, yo, thank you. We renovated the whole building. We put fingerprint locks on everybody's doors, upgraded the whole building.
That's what's up.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so during the pandemic, you know, in the beginning, so if you're going into real estate and you want to be a landlord, you have to treat your residents good. I don't even like calling them tenants. You know what I mean? I call them residents.
Yeah.
They're paying money.
I worked for a property management company, a high-end property management
Yeah.
company, and they did not let us call them tenants. And they got to the mindset with me, I'm like, you're right.
What do they call them?
Residents.
Oh, residents.
Yeah.
See?
They call them residents.
Yeah,
You're
because
not allowed to call them tenants. Yeah.
Don't call them tenants.
Yeah.
Why you call them tenants? Is like, some people might be like, "What are you talking about?" But that's what they are. No, they're not. They're residents.
Yeah.
If they pay the same amount of money that you pay for your mortgage, you don't call yourself a tenant up for Chase Manhattan Bank because that's what you are,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
You don't own anything
Yeah.
until that mortgage is paid off. So what if they call you? They don't call you that. They call you a resident.
Yeah.
This is your residence.
Yeah.
So now this is your resident. You are a resident, and you got to treat them like that.
There you go.
And then if you treat them good, they treat you good.
They treat
and
you
then
better,
if
yeah.
they treat you better, they pay every month. They fight for you. They make sure if they see something trash on the floor, they pick it up.
They
Yo, I got
advocates,
one.
yeah.
Yo, you want to hear something crazy? I had one of our residents, right? The clean lady got sick with COVID, so she was out for 2 weeks. So she couldn't clean the building. Do you know? So I sent out we have like a text platform that we use to contact everybody. And I was like, yo, you know, we apologize because we don't have nobody to come in. We have to wait until blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
She was like, I got it.
One of the residents.
One of them
Yeah.
went in, swept the whole, all 4 flights.
Yeah.
And she didn't mop, but she swept.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah. Yeah.
what? I was like, yo, I'm gonna take money off your rent next month. She was like, no. She's like, I live here.
Yeah. People, they love where they live.
She said, I lived here for 4 years. She was like, no, this is my home. I gotta clean my home.
Yeah. There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
Yo, Gene, like I said, bro, I can talk to you forever. Let the people know how they can reach you. This planner, I'm definitely using this planner.
Yeah, use it at night.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, bro.
I'm putting me and wifey's date night and all that
Yes,
stuff.
yes.
Let them know how to reach you, bro.
All right, so you can reach me on Instagram. My Instagram is at Mr. Alert. My website is genealert.com. You could purchase everything on there. You could book appointments with me.
You selling the planner too?
The planner is on my website, but you could get it on fgiplanner.com. fgiplanner.com. That's where you get it, and you could customize it. It's a great gift. I get a lot of people who purchase it for clients.
Smart, yeah.
So because it's dateless.
Yeah.
So you can give it to them, you can hold it, with no initials on it, and you can just give them out.
give 'em out,
Yeah.
Smart.
And then some people put their company name or their things inside. They put little, like instead of my card, they put their card.
Yeah.
So I have a painter. That's how he built his business, bro.
Really?
Yeah. Every time he paints someone's house, he gives them a planner.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
Wow.
And they refer him, and it's so different. He gives them that and something else, but it's cool.
Yeah.
But anyway, so you can follow me on Instagram and my website genealerte.com, JeanAlerte. And I appreciate you, man.
I appreciate you, bro.
Appreciate
you dropped a lot of gems on this one.
Man, thank you, man.
Right,
I've been, I had the podcast, man. So I'm like, I've been wanting to speak for so long, and I've been so silent.
Yeah.
And I actually wanted to do a post on social media to tell people I apologize. Because you know why? Because I feel like, because people like me, I'm glad what you're doing. Because you're real.
I appreciate it.
You see what I'm saying? There's people who are really doing stuff, and there's people who are pretending, they're selling that they're pretending to do stuff. And they're selling people who want to do better for their families.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? And there's the fraud guys that get caught out, and then, but then there's other guys who didn't get called out yet. And so they're stealing from people. These guys are working for a living that you want to do better for their families, just like we all do.
Yeah.
And they're giving their money to someone, and those guys are going out and buying a Rolex.
They're out. Yeah. We see it all the time. We see it all the time. Yeah. Yeah.
Stop. So I apologize.
I'm gonna end it on one thing because I almost forgot how to end it. I almost forgot how to end it. I had you in the peripheral, bro. So I've been ending this podcast on a different note, right?
Okay.
You say you watch this, so you probably know where I'm going. I'm an 80s baby, 90s raised me. I'm a hip hop guy.
Yep.
Right? Give me one era. It could be hip hop. It could be whatever you listen to that describes you, because you're a hustler.
Oh.
So you gotta give me that.
Yo, bro. 90s, man.
Okay.
90s hip hop. Jay-Z, Fabulous, 50. That's on my playlist, bro. Every day. I have a thing called my grind thing on Tidal.
Nice. Okay.
And it's like, if you go to my office, man, it's all Reasonable Doubt, Lifetime, In My Lifetime, Part 1.
Part 1.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't mention Part 1.
I listen to what do you call that? What's that show called? Sorry. What's that show called? American Gangster.
Oh yeah.
That movie.
Yeah.
So American Gangster.
The soundtrack.
The soundtrack with Jay-Z.
Yeah.
So I listen to that, man.
One of my favorite ones.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. And so that's it.
All right.
Yeah.
There you go.
Big facts, man.
Jay's been on a lot of these, man.
Yeah.
Jay's
Yeah.
he's like the hustlers. Like,
No. Diddy too.
Oh, Diddy too?
Yeah.
Okay,
But Diddy, because not just the music, but just him.
Yeah.
What he embodied.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And because they used to call me Jay Diddy.
Yeah.
Yeah, because of the way I was like, yo.
Yeah.
Because I saw how you worked. Oh, they're here.
That's a tenant?
Yeah.
All right. Then we're going to get out of here. So we're going to wrap it up. Gene,
Oh, it's
I
3
appreciate
o'clock.
you, brother. Thank
Yeah.
you for coming through.
All right.
Again, Hustler, the ultimate hustler.
Yeah.
Baby out of here. We out.